For real, for real. Hello everyone. Would you believe it is now Lazy Sunday with Sabrina episode 10? Can you imagine that? We've had, I think, 3 Sabrina's Kitchen Nibbles on Saturdays at 4:30. And we are on our 10th Lazy Sunday with Sabrina. Are you there? It is 3:30 sharp and I am on time. Anyway, I'm thinking that this is going to be for a while my last cooking live. I'm going to give myself a few days of a break also because I'm doing some interiors, so I'm going to be quite busy. But please don't worry because I will be sharing my usual DIY and interior tips on my Saturday afternoon nibbles, okay? But this will be our last for a while, at least for a month, 3 weeks to a month. And what I would like to do, since this is our last, is I would like to do something that is my absolute favorite. Everything I've done so far, from 1 to 10, have been really Sabrina's Kitchen staples and favorites where you do very little and it's wow, the result is wow. Of course, it's always healthy, right? But today is really my absolute, I am a breakfast girl, and I don't know if you've done that. You go to the hotels in the mornings, and usually the hotels have an end to their breakfast buffet. You know, when you're in Europe and you've got these the Four Seasons group of hotels and so on, they always have, hello there, hi, welcome to Lazy Sunday. So usually the buffets are amazing, the continental American breakfasts, right? The European breakfasts are quite simple because they like to snack, they do the cheese and the fruits, but when you go to the continental and the American breakfast, it's like the whole 9 yards. I actually prefer, yes, blessed Sunday to you, blessed Sunday to you. I actually do prefer more of a continental because there is an opportunity to be healthy, right? So before I start and I wait for everybody to get on board, again, this will be my season 10, episode 10 will kind of be my last for a while. You're gonna have to give me 3 weeks to a month because I'm doing some interiors. And again, as I promised, I will be sharing my interior DIY, budget tips, you know, planting. I'll be doing that on Saturday afternoons, but my cooking, I will rest for a bit because I've got a lot on my plate. No pun intended. All right, welcome Rhoda. Hello, hello. Let's see. Before I start, oh, what am I doing? I didn't tell you pala. I am doing a wonderful, the whole spread, the hotel breakfast, which you can so do in your homes. Of course, I'm gonna level up it and go healthy. So when you see my alugbati vine here, you see I have some Talina Plant. You can see here more Talina, more alugbati. I also have some ashitaba. I'll be using that in our spinach and cheese and potato. Instead of potato, I'll use kamote for that. With an English banger. I know I shared you the recipe of the chorizos, but I did ignore. Hello Casey, welcome, welcome. I did ignore the English banger, and let me tell you, it is such a great, great recipe. Very similar, very simple, but I want to share it. I want to do it because using our McCormick herbs, the value of our McCormick herbs available all year round allows us to do something like an English banger, which is brilliant. An English banger is really ground pork, a bit of Spanish paprika or smoked paprika, of course your garlic. This is a basic, right? Ground pork, back fat. But what else do we have in the English banger? If you're familiar, we have got a lot of dried herbs, okay? Of course, pepper chunks, but we have got McCormick rosemary, we've got McCormick Italian seasoning, we have got McCormick dried basil and oregano. That is all into my banger. So that's what we'll start with. And then I'll move on to a wonderful sauteed spinach where I'm using our alugbati. I am using Hello Marisa, welcome to Lazy Sunday with Sabrina. Our last episode cooking for a while, give me a few weeks, but I shall be back. Although on Saturdays we still have our nibbles, okay? We still have our nibbles. So what am I putting in my spinach mix? I'm putting in, of course, our talino, alugbati, and then I'm also putting in ashitaba. Now why do I have the pots here? Because I am so encouraging you. You won't hear from me the next few Sundays, so please listen. I am so encouraging you to plant your own edible decorative gardens. Look at this Jack in the Beanstalk. Isn't that gorgeous? That is alugbati. And I have made this into a Thai salad. Of course, we throw this in our soup along with our malunggay. And today I'll be making it for our hotel breakfast. Now, it is incredibly simple to grow. As I said, thick stalk, stick it in the soil, nice good soil, healthy soil, right? And expose it to the sun. And then, of course, remove the leaves. So you just need the stalk, huh? Eat the leaves. And then have like a bamboo or a twig of sorts, so that your beautiful alugbati can grow. I know a lot of people love the cactus and all, not a problem, but isn't it so much nicer? Hello, Midvi. Let me see. I cannot see that name. You're new. Welcome to Lazy Sunday, Mitch. Welcome to some of you have codes and their names are hard to read, huh? Give me a break. But I'm assuming you're Mitch, okay? Sheila, welcome. All right. So I'm going to start already to heat my, pan for my sausage, okay? And I'll start to mix that. But what am I doing with that? So English bangers, wonderful English bangers, please pay attention because this is a fantastic recipe. Does it come out 100% like the English banger sausages? No. Mine will be with a little bit more bite because I'm not using very fine ground pork. I still like the chunks in it, right? That's up to you. You can refine it more. But in my case, it's not going to come out 100% because of that. But definitely with the McCormick black pepper chunks and the oregano and the Italian seasoning and the rosemary and the basil, oh my gosh, this is just a brilliant sausage. So let's start, okay? Okay, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I hope you're looking at these beautiful things. And for those of you, if I don't answer, hello Juan, welcome to Lazy Sunday. Hi Marge, welcome to Lazy Sunday. How are your Sundays so far? Again, today I am doing a fantastic hotel breakfast. Nako, ladies, if you want something from your sweetie pies, I can tell you, this is the way to my heart. A fantastic continental English breakfast, the hotel breakfast, the whole 9 yards. So from the English bangers, right, to the wonderful spinach stir fry with a little bit of cheese, and I'm using kamote instead of potatoes, right, but that's beautiful combination. And then of course I'm doing some French toast from day old bread. You know, it's a cinnamon bun that I'm going to turn into a French toast. You can use any bread, any type of bread. And then what else? Of course, the fruit platter and fantastic Arabica, right? So let's start. Okay, my pan's heating so that we can hop right to it. Again, I'm just using a 1/4 kilo of, hello Lay, welcome again. Yes, it's really yummy. And I'm not even talking about the sidings of jam and cheeses. Bahala na kayo if you want to do that. But this is really the hotel staple. And I'm going to put everything, you can pretend you're in a buffet, and I'm going to put everything on this wonderful, beautiful platter of mine, which is a giant camel. I love it. Anyway, so let's start. 1/4 kilo, more or less about 1/4 kilo of ground pork with about 2 tablespoons again of back fat ground in here, okay? Then what do I add to this? Naturally, you need lots and lots and lots of garlic. Do not scrimp on garlic. I am putting in about 2 teaspoons, but you can put more, because if there's anything about a good chorizo and a good sausage and an English banger, it's the garlic. And we know, you and I know, that garlic fights virus, right? Garlic is a natural antibiotic, and it fights virus. So keeping strong, we need our garlic. So don't worry about it. The only advice I will give you is that if you are on a date or you're with your sweetheart, then I highly suggest that you make sure they eat the garlic as well. So we're good. All right, so my garlic in there. Now to the 1/4, I'll share you the recipe once again. I'm putting in, of course, an Italian seasoning. I'm putting in about half a teaspoon. We want, remember, some of you might say that's too much for 1/4 kilo. No, don't worry. We want to taste the herbs. That's what makes an English banger an English banger, is the herbs coming out. If in the Pamplona chorizo, you've got the paprika and the smoked paprika oozing out of it, in an English banger, it's the dried herbs, which is why I'm so grateful to McCormick for giving us all these wonderful dried herbs all year round. So half a teaspoon of my Italian, half a teaspoon of my basil, half a teaspoon, of course, of my rosemary, and oregano, right? Into my 1/4. Probably for your rosemary, maybe make it just about a 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, anyway, I'll share the recipe with you. And then, last but not least, we really need our pepper chunks, because that's something you will notice on a, yeah, di ba? Wala pa, I haven't cooked it yet, pero you know. So we need our pepper chunks, because when you bite onto the English banger, you need to bite on those pepper chunks. That's what makes it amazing. So I have wonderful McCormick whole pepper chunks, and then I just crush it, you know, mortar and pestle, crush a bit in the bag already, and then throw it in. You don't want to crush it too much, but you crush it a bit. So I'm putting in half a teaspoon, but by all means you can put more to this, and then just a little bit of fat. So I'm going to use some basil, La Espanola basil, fat into that, and I'm now going to mix that in. Of course, let us not forget our salt. Lemon pepper seasoning and salt into this. Where is my salt? Yeah, I am missing salt. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Okay, so a little bit of salt, lemon pepper seasoning, all right? And we're ready. So for those of you who are watching your sodium, sorry about that, my yaya almost knocked you down. All right, so for those of you who are watching your sodium, by all means use McCormick lemon pepper seasoning. It helps you get away with putting more salt. You won't miss the salt. It's wonderful. Okay, so I'm mixing this now. Lovely. And of course I can already smell all the beautiful herbs in here. And I tell you, when you start to sear this on a pan, nice hot non-stick pan, when you start to sear this, you have got to smell those dried herbs. If you don't, then bitin. You've put too little. All right, I'll let you adjust based on how you feel, but very definitely you need to smell those wonderful herbs. So just a little bit of paprika as well into this. And then let's start to roll. Okay, so I mixed it. And now I'm gonna roll them tight. English bangers kind of look like our chorizo. I'm doing, of course, skinless because boy, it takes so much time. So a little bit like that, but a little bit thicker. Sort of like so, right? Of course, let's use some La Española pomace olive oil so that it can take the higher heat. Now, what happens with these English bangers? I'm having it as is with my breakfast brunch, right? Hotel breakfast brunch. But you can use them on a pasta. I cannot tell you how beautiful it is, whether it's a tomato or a cream pasta. You can throw it into a basil tomato soup. Huh? There's a lot you can do with this. So you pre-mix it, stick it in the freezer, and use it when you want. Roll them already, right? Roll them already, and then just put them in a bag, stick them in the freezer, and go. All right, well, I hope that's tight enough. Let's see. I'm doing this so it sticks together, and then when it goes into my pan, it doesn't come apart, right? There you go. All right, hello, George, welcome. English bangers on the menu. Hi, Janet. English bangers. So we're doing the whole 9 yards with a hotel breakfast. And I cannot function when you're going around Europe and so on. I cannot function without my hotel breakfast. And then when I get home, maybe sunset, that's my next meal now. But I really appreciate these amazing, wonderful continental hotel spreads. And a lot of us can't travel. Many of you are getting the travel bug. I know. You can do this at home. Hello, Jason. Welcome. All right. Just bring my heat down. Oh, there you go. I am smelling, absolutely smelling the dried herbs, which is what I'm saying. You need to smell that, huh? You need to be able to smell what's going on. Wait, I don't want to. Lovely. And look at that, all simple ingredients. Wonderful McCormick dried herbs. Of course, your pepper chunks, ground pork, right? Garlic, of course, back fat. Back fat. Oh, ang sarap. It smells so good. It smells so good. So instead of the jams, of course, we love our homemade jams. Perhaps once I'm back on, I can share with you that. But you can always use honey. Huh? You can always use yacon syrup. Wonderful hinaluban yacon syrup so that you don't look for your sweet. And fruits, of course, fruits. Cooking lovely. So really simple. These are your sizes, okay? And I'm just using a 1/4 kilo. And a 1/4 kilo will probably make me maybe about 8 to 10, maybe 12 of these, depending on how your size, no? So right after this, I'll do my wonderful spinach, okay? Or should I do my French toast first? I have a very easy French toast recipe. I think when my son was 9, that was something he made me, and I was just so pleased. So French toast is quite simple to do. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you're seeing that. So some La Española pomace, right? And let's finish this up. Hi, Avik, all the way from Australia, right? Are you in Australia? Hi, Lot. Hi, Lot. You have caught us in the middle of making English bangers. And my kitchen is smelling all the herbs and all the pepper and the pork, of course, and the dried herbs, lemon pepper. Fabulous. After this, I shall do a quick cook of our spinach, but I'm using again local spinach. All right, so from the beautiful garden, from your city balconies into your plates. Are you back? I kind of lost you a bit. Are you still there? Okay, so many of you tell me that you know, you don't like alubati because it's mushy, it's sticky. Listen to me, there is a way to cook our vegetables so it won't be that way. The key is throw them in last, at the end of your cooking process, and then turn off the heat, right? And try not to burn the sausages as well. Don't go away just in case my internet is down, maybe from the rain, huh? So it's that easy to make English bangers, to make Pamplona chorizo. For those of you who are just tuning in, check out Sabrina's Kitchen, tap video, and you will see an array of different recipes for the lazy. Huh? Okay, let's lay them out pretty. Really lovely. Of course, you've got your color from some Spanish paprika as well. I want to finish this all off so that we have a nice serving. So it cooks in a hot pan with some pomace olive oil. It cooks really in, I would say, what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes? You just roll them around so it cooks around evenly. They're pretty solid, they're pretty steady. Just make sure you wrap them tight. And the garlic is in there. Your rosemary is in there. Your basil is in there. Your oregano, right? Italian seasoning. Oh my gosh, beautiful in the pork. Absolutely. I see a few of you that are getting married. For those of you who are, I think that your sweetheart will appreciate this on a honeymoon. If you could not go to the hotel, no problem. You can still do this wonderful hotel breakfast at home. Huh? Okay, so let's move on. I'll just finish up with my last bits and we'll move on. Okay, again with regard to salting. With regard to salting, you can always have some salt on the side. We have our iodized salt. You have your nice rock whole salt. You can do Malden salt. You can do Himalayan salt. It's really up to you. Keep it on the side as well as pepper. And people's palates vary so that they can decide to add the salt and add the pepper as they wish, right? So again, what is the difference between my English bangers and my Pamplona chorizo? It is the paprika, right? While the Pamplona chorizo is pumped with a lot of paprika, the English bangers are pumped with a lot of dried herbs. McCormick dried herbs, okay? We know these are also healthier because we know exactly what's in here. We know that it's ground pork and then just a little bit of back fat, and we know everything is fresh and natural. No preservatives, no additives. It's really, from the moment I learned to make my own salted fish, my own daing, my own sausages, I can have the whole 9 yards and not worry about my health because there are no preservatives and there are no additives that we know are bad for us, huh? All right. So here we go. Wonderful. And now I move on to my vegetables. Okay, so let's set this all aside. Let me just keep some of my spices here because these wonderful dried herbs are really what makes an amazing breakfast, okay? Hello, Christy. Hi, welcome, welcome. Okay, so on my next dish, you can see here, I am throwing in, ta-da, beautiful, right? So I'm throwing in our greens, assorted greens, right? Let me just wash my hands. Wash my hands first, because I've been handling raw pork. All right. So assorted greens, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with, instead of potatoes, I am going to use wonderful kamote. Now we know kamote takes a longer time to cook, so I've cut them in tiny bits like so. Okay, I'm gonna put in a little bit of water into this so it softens up, and then my cheese, and then as I turn off the heat, I add my vegetables. What are they? Again, ashitaba, alubati, right? And talino. All right, all this I'll talk to you about as I cook this amazing stuff. So why am I using kamote? Anyone take a guess? 1, kamote is local. 2, it's a complex carb. It's very, very good for us. It's less starchy than a potato. Potatoes are usually imported. I think we do grow some here, but a great deal of our potatoes are imported. We want a healthier vegetable, right? So, definitely let's use kamote or ube or yakon or lutia. These are all root crops, wonderful root crops. All right. So I have cut again my kamote with the skin on. I have cut them in very small bits here. You see that because you want that to cook when you bite onto that with your vegetable. I will throw in my spinach, alubati, and so on last. Huh? Oh, I'm smelling some curry in the back kitchen. My yaya is obviously cooking curry later. And I am smelling the McCormick curry, you know. Nothing like, I cannot cook without our McCormick spices. And let me tell you, on a rainy day, when I'm down and I'm just a little bit sad for whatever reason, you know, we women get that, right? Once I start to cook with my spices and my herbs and saute, oh my gosh, I just feel instantaneously better. Not to mention the fact that once you take a bite, this is the food our body looks for. These foods fight depression, fight anxiety. They give us energy to get out and run and jog and bike and just really appreciate life. I've always loved spices. And then, of course, in the Middle East for about 2 years, I saw how amazing, you know. They do a wonderful kebab, and they just put in cumin. They have either ground lamb, which they use, or pigeon, which they do a marinade of cumin, lemon, little bit of soy sauce, garlic, and let me tell you, then I have a garlic aioli dipping, garlic yogurt aioli dipping sauce, with some hummus. Beautiful, beautiful food. Okay, so my kamote is cooking nicely. Again, if you don't have kamote, you can use carrots. If you don't have carrots, you can use any root crop, okay? You can, of course, use potatoes, okay? These continental breakfasts would use potatoes. You can throw in mushrooms if you like to this, all right? But this is the dish you see on your buffet. There is usually a green, beautiful green blob of cheese and a little bit of olive oil and all that wonderful spinach. So this is what I'm doing. Again, I'm throwing in some Italian seasoning to this. And you can add, of course, some cream. You can add some milk, a little bit, which I will do. Just a touch to get everything. Siempre, I want, once again, my crushed pepper chunks, right? Into that. Of course, garlic, onions. Oh, I'm smelling the milk now blending in with my cheese, right? You can use any cheese you like. And then I'm gonna throw in my vegetables, and last but not least, my egg, all right? So I'm gonna start with some of the talinum first, because that will take a little longer to cook. And then, are you guys familiar with talinum? This is a wonderful vegetable packed with vitamins, minerals, potassium, zinc, 50% protein, quite amazing. Cooked, it smells incredible. I love it also in my sinigangs. And it is the most beautiful plant. I want you to see this. So look at this. This is a talinum plant. It's smaller. You can put it in a bigger plant. All you have to do is cut the stalk, stick it in, expose it to the sun, and you've got wonderful plants with pink flowers, beautiful. Right. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't add much salt to this, but oh, the cream is tasting brilliant already, smelling brilliant already. I can imagine the taste. Okay. So now I'm going to throw in my egg, and then my last bits of vegetables, or, never mind, let me throw in my veggies, just a quick stir, okay? So because of you, I'm having a wonderful late brunch. Very healthy. Some of you will want to add more cheese, no doubt. So, breakfast can be healthy, right? And feed you and give you full nutrition through the day. So that's about it. I'm going to throw in my eggs now. There you go. I'm going to throw in my eggs. All right. So you can beat the eggs here. Let's just So you can beat the eggs before you throw them in. And I'm working fast because, again, lower my heat. I don't want to overcook my vegetables, okay? So the eggs will wrap around this nicely. Again, season in. And voila. Here we go. So this is pretty much done. I'm just making sure that my eggs all cooked. Huh? Smells lovely. So you got the tip, right? If you don't want gooey veggies, cook them quick, cook them last. Okay. So here we go. Let's put this aside. Absolutely divine. Again, your salt, your pepper. Oh, I'm excited for lunch, brunch. Here we go. Okay, so do you want to still add some Parmesan on top? By all means, go, go, go. Now, for my next dish, I'm going to start to make our French toast, okay? Now, this is just missing some wonderfully seared tomatoes. Maybe let's do that first so that my plate has makeup. I cannot do without with a corny plate. This needs drama, and always one of my favorite bits of drama is some seared whole chunks of fresh firm tomatoes, and they really bring color to your dish. So pretty much everything is there. I would have my Maldon salt again on the side, and then I would have my pepper, right? That's about it. With our French toast, which is coming up, and a fruit platter, right? And of course some wonderful Arabica from Hinuluban, why not? Okay, just wait for that to heat up a bit. Should be quick. And I shall get my French toast. Oh, that's a chopper. That's my date picking me up. He has to wait. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys know how to make a French toast. If not, don't panic. The word French and toast should not intimidate you because it's really, really, really simple. One second. Okay, so what I'm doing is in a really hot pan with just a little bit of La Espanola pomace, and of course I'm going to put in a little bit of La Espanola balsamic as well. Some rock salt. And you should get this. I love this with the English bangers, and I love it. They're just sour. The bite, just perfect. So again, don't overcook that. This should be just done in a nice kind of pan, and once you start to see the gold coloring of your kamatis, that's it. Get it out, because inside it's still raw and wonderful. So here we go. Woo, beautiful. So now we prepare for our French toast. Use a non-stick pan. That's done. Okay, so use a non-stick pan. You will notice from the beginning I did not soak anything in oil, too much oil, right? It's just a drizzle in the bottom. That's why I love our non-stick pans. They're quite reasonable out there, and it's really a good idea. So what I've got here is our beautiful fruit platter. So we need our fruits every day, okay? We need our fruits, and it's a good idea to start it out. I'm using wonderful Dole, pineapples, and of course some papaya, which is the greatest fruit on the planet. We should all have papaya on our diets. First thing in the morning, it's absolutely wonderful for you. The little myths you're hearing about it, don't believe that. That's not true. Have a papaya, have some pineapple, have some whatever, avocado, whatever it is. But that's kind of my staple right there. So the only thing missing is my toast, my French toast. I'm using you know, day-old, 2-day-old bread. And what I'm gonna do is slice them in nice thick bits. You can use any bread, okay? So thick chunks, because remember, I'm gonna soak this in some milk and eggs. I'm gonna soak this in milk and eggs, and of course, I'm gonna be soaking this with some nutmeg and cinnamon to give it some nice added drama. So this is already raisin bread packed with wonderful flavor, nice and thick. Woo! Is it pouring in your side of the world? It's a good thing my internet came back. Okay. So here's our bread. Okay, here's our bread. I'm going to lay this out here first because I want to soak this now into some milk. All right, some milk in there. And of course, 1 or 2 eggs. I suppose for this we're good with 1 egg. Should be enough. Naturally, I want my cinnamon in there. And then some nutmeg. And of course, a little bit of salt. Just a bit of salt. You heard me right. The salt will actually bring out the sweet. So you really need that umami of salt and sweet. If you're making desserts, if you're making cookies and you've not done it yet, if you're making banana bread, I urge you, put just a little pinch of salt in there and watch the flavor pop, okay? So I beat this. And I begin to soak now my bread. And you want your bread to soak in that milk and eggs and of course your cinnamon and nutmeg in there. Now, can I do a fruit? Yes, I often like to cut some bananas and maybe orange rind. I like to do that also. Hello, Marlon. Welcome. I like to do that also and then mix it, so when I soak my bread in it, the orange rind and the bananas stick to it, and then when I sear it in a pan, it's beautiful. You're smelling the oranges, of course the cinnamon, you're smelling the nutmeg, and of course the bread is taking all that beautiful flavor in. So you can do this sweet and you can so do this savory, right? I have 2 recipes for this. You can do one this way sweet, but you can also do a savory with the same dips, but instead you have your smoked ham into it, right? All right, so let's soak. So far, what do we have here? We have wonderful mixed vegetables. Let's just spread that out a bit. Oh, it's looking brilliant. Of course, we have our English bangers. I have my lovely seared tomatoes. I urge you to do this. You throw it on a pasta as well, but I really love them combined with sausages. It's a very, very healthy combination. So I'm just poking holes into my bread so it gets in there faster, right? Wonderful. So it's looking like that. You want it to soak in, huh? Or else your bread inside, when you bite onto your French toast, it's dry inside. So you want to make sure it soaks. All right, that should be good. Lovely. Then I'm going to put now some La Espanola. Of course, you can put butter. I don't need butter for this. I'm going to put my La Espanola pomace. Actually, I'm cheating. I'm using lemon, olive oil in this, but it's a French toast, so you don't need that high heat. And let's start to sear our French toast. Huh? Yummy! Okay. Yeah, so you want medium heat. This is a thick cut of bread. You want some medium heat there. Buti na lang I'm running later. But remember, this is a morning meal, huh? Not a night meal. A good breakfast packed with nutrition and vitamins and complex carbs, right? Good for you. Really good for you. Your fruits, you're covered. And that, you know, you have this between 11:30 leisure. You're on vacation, right? So you naturally wake up later and so on. And if you have this, hold on. Absolutely beautiful. So you have this for a late breakfast brunch, and you have full nutrition throughout the day to do your tours, to do your gardening, to do whatever. If you're out, traveling, then you have, or at home, this will also feed you throughout the day. I mean, I don't get hungry. When I eat this way, I don't get hungry until before I'm about to go to bed. So my sunset meal. I only have 2 meals a day, but I do have a good full nutrition meal. Woo, I am sweating so much. The sun came out again, and I know it's about to rain because this kind of weather, lovely. Perfect for a run later. So I just want to get all sides cooked, right? Again, making sure my toast is soaked. I know it's already looking like something, right? But once the toast is set up, so good. How is my battery? Hi, Renee. My French toast, the one you love, I'm doing. Okay. So we're good. French toast 1. Again, this is from, you do this with your day-old bread, or even French bread. I think you can do. Remember that you're going to soak it so it will soften up again. It's kind of hard to eat French bread after a day. So this is a great thing to do. Again, a nice twist to this would be some wonderful orange rind. I don't have, or maybe calamansi rind, you know, just grated calamansi. So you get that nice lemon zest vibe to it. But let's keep it this way. I don't have all that now, so I'm doing it this way. And let's start to plate, okay, before I say goodbye. Believe it or not, we're almost done, of course. While that's cooking, I cannot do without my wonderful, freshly brewed Luban Arabica. Brewed, I believe, the Italian way. Wonderful. And you know me, I like to... Hello, it looks delish, diba? The best part about it, Kim, although you are a wonderful chef, I know you have beautiful desserts that you make. The best part about it is you can so do it. You can so do it yourself. All right, so this is the hotel spread. Woo! It's hot. I can't tell you the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the raisins coming up, because this is day-old raisin bread, 2-day-old raisin bread that I'm using. Of course, the lemon olive oil that I used, it also works. Lemon zest, right? I suggested, but I used lemon olive oil, La Espanola, which works brilliantly instead of butter. Butter just disappears. And I don't know, I'm guilty. I like my butter on the side and I want to put it on my bread straight away. I don't like to cook with it too much. Of course, the French will disagree. And here we go, we're done. So what kind of syrup? You know, this is already pretty sweet as is, but for those of you who want, as I said, you can use Heneluban honey, right, with this. You can use wonderful yacon. We have a Heneluban yacon syrup as well, which is beautiful. It's safe for diabetes. If you're doing this at home, you can do that, but I'm pretty sure that the hotels do serve a wild honey as well. So I would probably just drizzle some of this. And here we go. Some wonderful Heneluban yacon over, just for drama. Beautiful. Okay. Probably over my fruit as well, just a bit. Okay. And we are good for breakfast. Let's lay out my plate. That plus my coffee. I bid you a wonderful, blessed, blessed, blessed Sunday. Have an awesome day and do enjoy your hotel breakfast spread, where I had made an English banger. I'll be sharing the recipe with you, of course. A wonderful herb English banger. A beautiful mix of different local spinach from my city garden to table, right? And you can do that too. And of course, day-old bread, a French toast. As I said, put some zest, put some calamansi zest or lemon zest onto that as you're cooking. It's also beautiful, I promise you that. And then a mixed fruit platter plus amazing Heneluban Arabica. And wait, I'm gonna try before I say bye. I'm gonna try. So you guys have an awesome day. And again, this is my last Ep10 for a while because I'm going to be quite busy. But again, I will be sharing my Saturdays with you, my interiors and DIYs. You know, the alugbati is crunchy. It is not gooey. I promise you, cook it, put it last. And you're gonna have nice and crunchy alugbati. along with the talinum and along with the ashitaba. Amazing greens for our health. And so I'm going to say goodbye, okay? Thank you once again for joining me on Lazy Sunday with Sabrina, Ep 10. An amazing hotel breakfast you can so do on a budget, healthy, and romance your sweetheart as well. And so I'll see you next when we're back. I'll be announcing as well, all right? Hugs and love, everyone.